Hey guys, it's me. You may know me from my law school vlogs, or maybe not, but here's my story on why I'm dropping out of law.
Wait, so that's it? Literally just says they have requested.
I hope to share some inside information as someone who somewhat got an experience in the legal industry and provide you with some aspects that you can consider if you are considering to study law. Hey guys, currently in Nha Trang, Vietnam, and today is actually the 24th of December. I'm actually wearing red to play my part, and I've been wanting to film this video for a while and I just never had the chance to do it previously, but here I am sitting down with you on Christmas Eve to share the reasons why I am dropping out of law. I think the first time when I actually had doubts with what I was studying and basically the legal industry was when I realized that the legal industry in Australia is very different to how it is portrayed in popular medias in Korea and the States. And you may say, isn't it obvious that reality is not the same as dramas? Well, yes, but not to this extent, where in Australia we've got barristers and solicitors. And the breakage of these two roles is practically non-existent in a lot of other countries, and learning that the scope of what a solicitor or a lawyer in Australia can do is much more smaller than I expected was, I think, when I realized maybe this isn't exactly what I want to do. I didn't really like how there was so much focus on climbing the corporate ladder, and how this was basically corresponded with success. For example, the general consensus was that people in the penultimate years' success is basically determined by which clerkships they get, and this is like the fact that this is a big determinant on that student's success, and the further trajectory within the career was just a good example that illustrates how big of a corporate setting law can be. I think this sort of idea is very vastly instilled within the legal industry. At the end of the day, you are working for a commercial entity, and just because you are a worker or for clerkships, you're not even working there, you're there as a trial package. But to be there as a trial package and consider that as your main purpose and your most success was, I think, very unaligned with how I value work and like life. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just couldn't imagine myself working in corporate for, I don't know, 50 years, maybe not that long, like 30 years of my life. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the corporate setting, and all of those just combined, I think after I started working, I started to realize these aspects of law. That was one thing that I didn't expect, but was then hit by reality. Not all parts of the legal industry is corporate and commercial, and even if we don't consider that sort of work lifestyle, the fact that a lot of the work involved a lot of reading and writing was just not a good thing for me personally. I don't really want to read and write for a living. And so yeah, and it was very sedentary. You were just sat on a desk pumping out 8-10 hours of work. The other big half of why I didn't want to study law was not for these external reasons, but it was more so to do with like an internal reason, where when I first decided to study law, that decision-making process was heavily dependent on the fact that I really valued prestige. And one thing about valuing prestige, right, without having any other sort of considerations, is it's very dangerous, and in the end, like, it's not gonna endure you for the long term. And I think that was a big realization that I personally had, and I realized this when I realized that I actually enjoyed telling people that I study law than actually studying the law. It's really ironic, right? And then that's probably when I first realized that I could be just studying law for the prestige that it gives rather than purpose. And when I say purpose, I think this is such an important thing in your life, because without purpose there is no direction. And for me that was the case. I had no idea where I was, what goal I was trying to achieve. I had no idea what I was trying to get out of this degree, and I was just doing it because people said it's good. People said, you know, it's a good thing that I'm studying law and it's a good job to have to become a lawyer. So I think I did it too mindlessly, and when I realized that I can make a stop in this and I can kind of choose my own purpose in my career path, that's when I realized that it would be probably best for me to drop out of law. Through this experience, the biggest lesson I learned is that prestige and purpose is a balancing act. You can't focus only on prestige because it's not going to last you long. You'll always be chasing other people's expectations, external acclaim, and we know that that's not going to serve you in the long run, right? However, at the same time, having only purpose and zero prestige I think is also harmful, because it lacks credibility. And I think for me, the sweet spot that I found is you can pursue prestige to the point where it provides you with enough credibility in the work that you're doing, in the ideas that you have. With that being said, you might be wondering what future career I might have lined up for myself. This is actually the first time that I'm saying this in like a social platform. Basically, I will be studying the Doctor of Dental Medicine in 2025, and yeah, it's a big jump from law to dentistry, but I can assure you that this thought has been very well marinated for a few years now actually. I hope you guys also enjoy the uni content that I film within my dental degree, and yeah, and I hope that this video was very helpful to people that need it. If you are struggling to find reasons as to why you should be studying law or why you shouldn't be studying law, then I hope this video serves as some sort of insight. And yeah, if anyone is interested in learning why I'm studying dent and not med and not law, then feel free to let me know so that I can create another video, another sit down video like this, where I explain my thought process behind that. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys also enjoy my other travel videos, because those will be the main videos that I'll be uploading before my new course starts next year. Anyways, bye for now.